Hey, what's up everyone? Strike here coming at you with another LEGO Marvel Superheroes review. I haven't done a LEGO Marvel set since the first wave of Avengers, which was like 3 years ago. And actually that's a lie. The last time I did a set review was the Iron Man 3 boat set thing. But this is the Hulkbuster Smash, just came out today. Set 76031, ages 7 to 14, and has 248 pieces. And of course this set is $30. And we get 4 minifigures. We get the Hulk as a big fig, Ultron Prime, Scarlet Witch, and Iron Man Mark 43, as opposed to the Mark 42 that was in the Iron Man 3 sets. So we get all sorts of awesome play features with the Hulkbuster suit, and a Hulk's got some sort of like trap thing. I don't know what that's about, but we'll get into that in a few minutes. And it's got some missile features, and a comic book is included as always. So let's get on to the contents of the box. So here we have the set opened up with all the different bags and the contents of the box. We have 3 bags, 3 numbered bags I should say, and then we have the Hulk figure and his separate poly bag, and then we have the Ultron comic, Age of Ultron comic, which probably going to be the same thing in every set, so I'm not going to go over it too much. I'm going to let you go over it. And then of course on the back, just like the DC sets, we have a checklist of all the different figures in the set, with Hulk being our only big fig in this wave, and he comes in 2 sets. But here is the instruction booklet. It's horizontal for some reason. I was expecting it to be vertical like all the other books this size. Thankfully it's only 1 book though, and it comes with about 78 pages of building, and then we have a sticker sheet which looks like these things go on the Hulk trap. So let's move on to the minifigures. Okay, so first off I'm going to go over the big fig that comes with this set, and the only big fig that we get in this lineup of Avengers sets is the new Hulk for the Age of Ultron movie. Now this Hulk is pretty much the same in the Hydra base set that is also available with the rest of the Age of Ultron sets, but let's go over him. He's got a new like sand green color for his skin. The same kind of color we saw on the Green Goblin big fig from the Ultimate Spider-Man sets, which I never ended up getting, but they are available still. I think they're about to become discontinued because they're on clearance at Target. And yeah, so as you can see, he's got purple pants, as opposed to the first Avengers movie where he had the tan pants, because he wore tan pants in the movie. And I'm assuming in here he's going to be wearing these like purple, look like S.H.I.E.L.D. provided purple pants with like the Avengers logo on the side. Nice lot of printing here. And this time he does have printed toes instead of sculpted toes. And he's got a new hairpiece, same basic kind of like growl face. He's nice and muscular because he's the Hulk and he needs to be. But he looks really, really good, and this is like one of the better Hulks that LEGO has made. Now there's nothing on the back, but the front is basically where all the printing is and all the detail is. So yeah, it's a great Hulk big fig. One of the main reasons to get this set. So the first minifig I'm going to go over is Iron Man. Now Iron Man finally has another suit with the circular arc reactor. I don't think there has been one since the Heartbreaker armor, which I never ended up picking up. But yeah, I mean, he did have the Mark 42 had a circular arc reactor as well, but I was never a fan of the yellow or the gold over the red. I like the red much better. And as you can see, as always, he comes with the pieces that he comes with to fly. He's got the 2 trans light blue cylinders on the feet for flight, and then he has the studs for his repulsor rays. Now his repulsor rays, whenever LEGO does it, they always have him with his hands like this so he can fly. I always kind of like to take them and put them more down to his sides. That way it looks like he's flying more like with his hands down at his sides, so it stabilizes his flight, and I just think it looks better. But you can do with it whatever you want. You don't even have to use them if you don't like them. They're just studs. They're easily removable, so it's not a huge deal. But yeah, so this Iron Man figure is basically in most of the sets in this wave. This is one of those figures that comes in pretty much everything. I think this is probably not going to be one of the more rare Iron Man figures because of how much like availability he has. Like he comes in for the sets. He comes in the cheapest set. And yeah, so this is our Iron Man. Of course, he has the original Iron Man face from the original Avengers sets, as opposed to the one they introduced through the Iron Man 3 sets. And of course, there's the back detail on his suit. One of the better things about this Iron Man is he's got more printing on the helmet now, on the face mask of the helmet, which is really, really cool. And luckily no gold paint mess-ups like my Iron Man 3 figure had. That's one of the reasons I wasn't a fan of that other Iron Man, is because I had a paint defect on mine. It's great to see the circular arc reactor again, and I'm really loving the design on this Iron Man suit. And I'm glad he actually does come in multiple sets, because I'm a fan of this Mark 43 Iron Man, and I'm just a fan of the Iron Man figures in general, because I always like how they look, even if they're kind of weird designs like with the gold. But anyway, moving on. So the first female Avenger I'm doing for this wave is Scarlet Witch. Now Scarlet Witch is played by, I believe her name is Emily Olsen. I don't really remember, but there is a few things about this figure that I'm not exactly too proud of. But as you can see, she's got these like blue, like translate blue, like things. I heard these from like Chima or Ninjago or something like that. Apparently they're supposed to be red because their powers in the movie are red. I think that's what I've heard. But that's what I'm going to go by. I mean, her name is Scarlet Witch. Why would she have, like, blue electricity things coming out of her? But, yeah. So this figure is really nice. The hairpiece is probably not what I would use for this figure. I'd probably use the Elizabeth Swan hairpiece for her. And as you can see, this is basically just a Supergirl head, which is a bit disappointing. I mean, it works, I guess, but it's just like... Really, Lego? You had to be cheap like that. She does have leg printing only on the front, though. I guess she was only good enough to have front printing. And of course, because they tried to print flesh color, the flesh tone, onto black or any other dark color, it didn't turn out right. It turned out too tan. So that's a bit disappointing. I do like the detail on the torso and the legs, though. It does look really, really good. Other than that, this figure is pretty okay. Not, like, huge on it. But I mean, like, really, you don't really need to be. I mean, she's not like a huge major Avenger. It's not like she's one of the original 6 Avengers from like the first movie or something like that. So if I can get that back on there, that is Scarlet Witch. Now, I saved pretty much the best for last of the minifigures. This is Ultron Prime. Now, Ultron Prime is pretty much the version we've seen in all the trailers. There is a little detail I'm kind of upset about this figure. And that is, he is incomplete. He's actually missing his helmet piece. And that is because, for whatever reason, LEGO decided to take the helmet piece that goes with this Ultron, and they decided to stick it in the Iron Man versus, like, the Ultron Sentry Goons, basically. They included his helmet piece in a different set. Because if you think about it, if you think about the entire Avengers Age of Ultron wave of sets, they took that... They took that little Iron Man set and they were like, this is going to be, it's the cheapest set, but it's not going to sell well probably because there's no, if you get all the other sets, then there's no point on getting it. So they took the helmet from this Ultron and put it in the other set as like a sales gimmick, I'm assuming. But as you can see, he's got the same, oh Jesus, he's got the same like pieces, flight pieces that the War Machine figure got from the Iron Man 3 sets. And yeah, they're in dark red. Basically the same thing that War Machine had. I mean, they did that with War Machine, they did that with Iron Man, of course, and then, of course, now they're doing it with Ultron, because apparently Ultron is made from, like, the Iron Man suits, apparently, but, like, this is the figure in general. I'm going to go ahead and remove the chin piece. I'm not a fan of this figure without the rest of the helmet. I mean, he looks really good with the full helmet on, but without it being complete, it looks kind of goofy. There's the back printing, excellent detail there, and back to the front. I really love the face on this guy, very menacing. Of course, it would look way better if I had the full helmet, which I will probably get eventually. But yeah, that is Ultron Prime, and he is a great figure, great to have. And there are no strings on him, so that's great, so that he's not like, you know, a marionette Lego figure. That'd be weird. So let's move on to the rest. Now, basically, aside from the Hulkbuster being the main part of the set, we get this little like Stark Industries thing. That this is where the stickers come from. There are 2 stickers for these things on this little, I guess it's supposed to be some sort of barrier for the Hulk. I'm not really sure. He goes in here like this, and it's either supposed to keep him like trapped, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if this is going to be in the movie, but if it is, I'm sure we'll find out. I'm sure they'll explain what it's for. But the gimmick for this is just another super jumper gimmick. If we take our Scarlet Witch figure and have her flying above the Hulk, because according to like the box art and like the art from the set, the instruction manual, as you can see, she's out of frame. Let me scooch back up. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take the super jumper, have Iron Man on it, and you're supposed to launch him at her, I guess, so he can fight the... Wow. Alright. That was way too high. Iron Man, where'd you go? Okay, I found Tony. He's a bit dusty from being on the floor, but let's see if I can do that again. Ah, it worked! Yay! Alright, so that worked. Not. That's basically what you're supposed to do if you can get it right. Good for you. If you're like me and you don't care, then ignore it, because it's just it's just a play feature. It's nothing really something that you have to do in order to enjoy the set. But let's move on to the main attraction. So this is the monstrosity known as the Hulkbuster armor. This thing is actually pretty cool. I know some people had their complaints with it, but I enjoy it for the most part. I might make some slight tweaks to it, but other than that, I actually am a pretty big fan of it. I do have to say it could use some work again, but I'm not too huge on it, on like making too many adjustments. As you can see, basically what it is you open it up here, you can pull these shoulder pad type things down and open it. Inside is where Tony goes in his little Iron Man costume. You can put that back up there and put down the helmet, and there you go. He's got the arc reactor in the center. He's got the same like 4 opposable fingers on the hands. Of course, the hands on the inside do have their little arc reactors in there, or not arc reactors, but repulsors, sorry. And I just knocked him over. And on the back here, he's got some little jets, I'm assuming, to help him kind of like fly a bit more, to stabilize his flight. And of course, he's got some really cool like hinge pieces on his feet. And of course, on the bottom, we see that there's some more of those cylinder pieces used to stabilize his flight, or to help him fly, really. But over on this hand, we can see he's got missiles, like the stud launchers, but they've got like those cylinder pieces again that he can launch at the Hulk. I'm probably gonna lose these again. This one's not in all the way, but I can go ahead and lose those. Luckily, there are enough spare pieces to have spares, and as we can see, that didn't really do anything to our Hulk. It didn't phase him at all, so we can just grab him and like knock him over and like repulsor ray the crap out of him. I mean, or they can just wrestle. That looks appropriate. All right. The reason this set is so expensive is because of the big figs. It's a $30 set as opposed to a $25, $20 set, and basically the only reason for that is because of the big figs. They are expensive for Lego to make, so whenever there's a set with a big fig in it, it's usually $10 more than what it would have been had the big fig not been included. So this set probably would have been about $20 without the Hulk, but this set would be nothing without the Hulk, so the extra $10 does make it worth it. And that tells you also how much it costs to make a big fig. That's why they're so expensive when they're like being sold separately, because they are pretty expensive. Leave a like if you're going to end up picking this set up for yourself or any of the other Avengers sets, and if there are some sets that you don't want to get, tell me what those are in the comment section below, and I will see you all in the next video. Later, taters. Now, we do get one of our female leads for the new Avengers movie, and that is Scarlet Witch. Now, Scarlet Witch, the minifigure, for the most part, is pretty good. There are a few things I'm not a huge fan of, and we'll get into that. All the way down there. I have no clue where he went. Oh yay! Oh yay! Where did he go? Tony? Hold on a sec. So that is basically it for this set. It's a $30 set. The reason it's that much is because I don't know how many times I've mentioned this in a video, probably only twice since I've only have 2 other big figs, official LEGO big figs. The reason that this set is $30 instead of a $20, $25 set is because of the big figs. They are expensive for LEGO to make, and that is pissing me off. Riley! Riley! But that is going to be it for this episode, or not episode, damn it. That is going to be it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you end up wanting, damn it. Leave a like. Good thing I'm going to edit all this.